Hi there and welcome to Health and Fitness. My name is Quinta Atanger and today I'll be teaching you how to do the mermaid pose. How fun! We're on the beach thinking about mermaids and I'm going to teach you how to get into the mermaid pose. Sometimes you would ask, why do we want to get into mermaid pose? First, because it's fun and secondly, because it helps you with flexibility, especially opening up your hips, core strength and back strength. It's really important for back flexibility, support and strength. So come along with me and have fun with me. Okay, so before you want to get into any of these deep hip opening poses like the mermaid pose, you want to make sure your hips are nice and warmed up first. So you could refer to the previous episodes and maybe try to practice some of the exercises we did, the hip opening exercises, maybe the one for the splits before you do this. So again, just for reference, you could do the low lounge, high lounge, and like a lot of the mobility exercises first, your downward dog, three-legged dog, and stuff like that. So after you've done all those exercises, you want to make sure you get into the mermaid position the right way and the safe way. So the way I like to get into mermaid pose first is by getting into the downward dog position, raising one leg high up, bend the knee, and then come forward and place it on the mat. Okay? Once you place your foot on the mat, you want to make sure your hips are aligned, your back is straight, your back leg is right where it's supposed to be. Sit there for a second and get your flexibility in. I also like to lean forward and really make sure I get deep into my hip. Rock from side to side. Just like that. And then take a few really deep breaths. And then afterward, you want to get your back leg, bend it in a little bit. Make sure your thigh has had its stretch as well. And then once you do that, you hook it up into your elbow. Put your other hand over your head. And there you have your mermaid position. So make sure your hips are forward and square. I'm sorry. Make sure your hips are forward and square. Like this. Pull your leg inward. And then hook it into your elbow. And then put your other hand over your head. And stay looking forward. Chest out, core engaged. So there you have your mermaid position. And to get out of this position, you want to get out of it just like you got into the position. And then normally when you do a pose, you want to do the reverse just to release your body. So the reverse of this pose is bringing your leg forward and over the other leg, putting your hand over and looking over your shoulder. Just like that. And getting out of the pose completely, back into your downward dog. Okay, so now that we're back in the downward facing dog position, we want to do it on the other side as well. So raise your left leg all the way in the sky, toes pointed, bend your knee, and sit it on the mat. Hips forward and square, and get a really deep stretch in, just like this. And then, if you're comfortable, lay flat on this leg for a second and take a few deep breaths right there. And if the pose is incredibly uncomfortable, please get out of it. You could rock from side to side just to get that stretch deeper. And then once you're ready, you rise. Again, pull your leg in. Make sure that leg's flexible enough to get you in the pose you're trying to get into. And then hook it in your elbow. And there. Chest outward and look forward. There you have the pose on the other leg. You could hold this pose for as long as it feels comfortable, or you could come right out of it. So by coming out of it, you release the leg just like you got into it. And you want to also put this leg over the other one just to get a nice deep stretch to release the tension from that leg after the pose. So you do the same thing you did on the other side. Take a few deep breaths in this position and release. Just the same way you got into the pose, back into your downward dog. And you could get into your plank pose, and that's what I like to do. So I hope you learned how to get into your mermaid pose in a safe way and come out of it safely as well. Thank you for watching Health and Fitness with me. My name is Quinta Atanger, and have a wonderful day.